We are so pleased and delighted to have the opportunity to speak with you on this fine and glorious day indeed. While our words to you are important, this is a vibrational experience of remembering the truth of who you really are, why you are here, and all that you intended when you chose this magnificent life experience. You chose to come forth during this time of the Great Awakening, the greatest transformation in human consciousness that has ever occurred in any lifetime, that is unfolding at an unprecedented rate at this time. It is so important for you to step fully into all that you are, to be and express all that you are, to share your gifts at this time. You are so needed. It's so important. You have been prepared. You are ready. There's nothing you need do but fully give yourself permission to be all that you are, to bring forth the gifts that are within you, to live as the master that you are here to be. It's so important. And the time is now. What questions do you have for us?
Beautiful. Thank you so much for being here and making contact. I wanted to refer to our conversation with Sara when she mentioned that when she started to work with the council, that you mentioned that this year of 2027 was going to be a threshold year. And as I'm looking now at the bigger picture, we're 1 year out, 1 year away from this year. And I wanted to ask how we can begin to start becoming aware of the signs, both internally and externally, that this massive transformation of consciousness is already underway.
Well, you're seeing it all around. You really are. You're seeing that there is more consciousness on your planet than ever before. There are more people conscious of their health and their well-being, more people conscious of their own abundance, more people conscious of freedom, more people conscious in choosing love and kindness, more people choosing joy and to live their purpose. It is truly the most important thing to let everybody be where they are on their journey. Everyone will get there in their own time, in their own way. It is not about saving a broken world. It is not about fixing a broken world. It is about being love and consciousness at this time, and that your actions come from a place of love and consciousness, not trying to fix a broken world or save a broken world, but to focus your attention and intention on that which you love, that which is inspiring to you, that which is uplifting to you, that which is joyful for you. And in that you will expand upon the potentials and the possibilities for all of humankind. And so your contribution is your vibration, your light, your consciousness, your love, the life that you create, the heaven on earth that you create for yourself, your own embodiment, your own gifts. If you feel like nothing is working, you're trying so hard, you're working so hard, you're trying to make something happen, you're trying to fix something in your life or your relationship or your job or your body, chances are you're not embodying all that is already here within you, available to you. And the more you allow yourself to align with it, the more it will expand. And so there have been many events that have been divinely orchestrated, all leading to this time. This time really is about embodiment and empowerment, your own personal power, not fighting against those who you perceive are trying to control or have power over others. People ask us, how will we ever get rid of the people in the world that are taking power from others or controlling others? And our answer is this: so long as there are people who are giving their power away to others, there will always be people wanting to take their power. Your power is for you, dear Master, and it is about you fully stepping into complete and total self-empowerment to create your life the way you want it to be, to choose your life the way you want it to be, to live your life the way you want it to be, and to embody all that you are. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. And as you were responding that question, the power went out in my building just briefly. And that's very interesting because speaking of signs, that's when we know the vibration is high and when technology is having a hard time to keep up. You've been talking a lot about mastery right now, also as this 12th spiritual role. What is, let's say, the most practical way to return to our own mastery and remember that we are the master?
So ultimately, it's to remember that you came to self-realize, to fully self-realize, to come into the realization of all that you are, and to stay on the planet at this time, living in abundance, well-being, joy, freedom, harmony, doing what you love, doing what brings you joy, and knowing that that's your greatest contribution to your beloved human family. Living as the master that you are in your experience of heaven on earth, allowing all of the abundance, the well-being, the joy, the freedom that is inherently yours and has always been. We don't mean to create a hierarchy or a comparison or duality, but it will help your logical mind if you can see it in this way. Most all of you understand the collective consciousness of humanity, or what you might call the third dimension, where the majority of the collective is operating in an experience of separation, which is what we refer to as the third dimension, where there is war, where there is crime, where there is abuse, where there is fear, where there is lack, where there is limitation, where there is struggle, where there is force, where there is effort. We refer to the fourth dimension as the dimension of transformation. You realize you are not your circumstances and conditions. You can change your circumstances. You can change your conditions. You can elevate yourself beyond separation, and you can transform your life. You can transform your circumstances. You can transform your body. You can transform your relationships. You can transform your career. However, there's always this judgment of what's right and what's wrong and what needs to be changed. And that judgment keeps you in the fourth dimension, where many people on an awakening path, if you would call it, get stuck, sometimes for lifetimes, because you're always in judgment of yourself and your circumstances and conditions and others. But your real opportunity and reason for being here is to step into the fifth dimension of pure love, to go beyond judgment and step into pure love, where your well-being and abundance is assured, but what you want and need shows up even before you know you need it, where you truly live in your own experience of heaven on earth. And so it's not a hierarchy, it's not a better than. It is a level of consciousness that summons a level of energy into your experience, which determines the level of consciousness you're in. But you're not here to rid the third dimension of fear and prejudice and separation. You're here to elevate yourself out of the third dimension of consciousness by summoning your own energy, which raises your vibration and allows you to live in a state of pure love. You're not here to judge what's right and wrong and then try to fix all the wrongs in the world and make them right. You're here to transcend and ascend beyond the fourth dimension of judgment into pure love. And so if you think of the third dimension and the collective of human consciousness, when you elevate yourself into pure love, you are releasing, sort of say, the stronghold of the collective human consciousness operating in the third dimension. And you are contributing and adding your focus, your attention, your consciousness, your love, your light, your vibration into the fifth dimension, the collective consciousness that we refer to as the New Earth collective consciousness. Again, we don't mean to create any sort of polarity, because there's no judgment from our side ever. But if you could choose to live in pure love in your experience of heaven on earth, in a new earth where there's peace and joy and love and harmony and abundance and freedom and well-being for yourself and for everyone, we think you would choose it. You would run towards the collective New Earth consciousness. And that's really what's happening at this time. You're not just walking over to the New Earth consciousness. You are throwing your arms in the air and your head to the sky with light in your eyes, and you are running, arms out wide, into the collective New Earth consciousness, which is gaining more and more and more momentum, and it's becoming deeply grounded into your being, your way of being, and is becoming deeply grounded into the human experience. And we've never said it like that before.
Wow.